family. How many Fast and the Furious movies can be made that people will be interested in? Well, I just finished watching the most recent one, Fast and the Furious 9, and I have to tell you, I was completely interested in it. Fast and the Furious 9 was released in theaters about a week or so ago, but I just happened to see it this past weekend. If you remember, a while ago, I did a review on the trailer, and I was really interested in the trailer. There was a lot of action. And when I reviewed that trailer, I kind of said in that video that I knew that this series has gone bonkers. I mean, they have gone from completely, realistic kind of street racing in the very first movie, Fast and the Furious, to now, it's just insane stuff. And it makes me wonder, how can you still be into this series? How can you still be into this movie when things have gone so insane, things have gone so unbelievable that when you watch the movie, you just can't take too much of the movie serious? That's the question, and that's the point. When you watch these movies, you don't watch the Fast and the Furious series these days for anything that you can take serious. You watch these movies to let your mind just float away and you just enjoy the action that you see on the screen. And this movie, Fast and the Furious 9, has plenty of that, plenty of action. I found myself watching this movie and just pretty much just completely enjoying all of the action scenes. The movie felt like it was a very action-packed movie. I think it was just over 2 hours, but it went by pretty quick and I enjoyed every minute of it. Of course, there was a lot of things in this movie that I pretty much just thought was hilariously insane, but it was still enjoyable. I still had fun with the movie. There was even a part in this movie where Tyrese's character, Roman, kept bringing up the fact that they managed to get through all of their little journeys, all of the dangers and everything like that without ever getting hurt. And it's funny, it was like a running joke in the movie where he keeps talking about how he's invincible or how they are invincible. And it's just like a little nod to the audience, to let you know that they know that what they're doing is crazy and unbelievable, but it happens. And I pretty much appreciated that little nod from Tyrese. So let's get into what this movie is about. Every movie got something weird. So this particular movie starts with Dom and Letty, the two characters from before. They kind of have retired from the whole spy car racing game. They're living on a farm. They're kind of off the grid and everything. And then they get a visit from the rest of the team members. Ludacris's character, Tyrese Gibson's character, and Emmanuelle, I can't remember her last name, but the woman that I pretty much know, even though I've seen her in the Fast and the Furious series first, I pretty much know her from the Game of Thrones series. But those three, they show up and come to find out that Mr. Nobody, one of the guys that they worked with in the past that kind of funded their little spy game twist and stuff, was in a ship. He had caught like a certain bad guy that was the villain of a previous movie. And his ship went down. So he left a clue, like a SOS, for them to come look for him. While they go to look for him, they find out that he was transporting this, very dangerous device. It was a device that can take control of all of the weapon systems in the whole world. And he was transporting that device, and he needed them to find that device, which the device was divided into two pieces, and they were hidden in different parts of the world. One piece was already found, and to get that device to work, there was a key. And now the key just happens to be an actual person, a new character, which brought in the character of Han, who, if you remember, he got killed several movies back. We come to find out that he is alive and he had been raising this child whose parents are the ones who developed that technology, and they were killed. And he found the child when she was like 8 years old or whatever, and he's been raising the child, which now in this movie, in Fast 9, she is, an adult. That's basically the plot of the movie. So now the team, the Fast and the Furious team, Dom and everybody, has to go and try to collect these pieces and protect this child so that they can keep this bad technology out of the hands of the wrong people. Now, the kicker is that the wrong people just happens to be Dom's brother, a brother that was never brought up before, so they kind of told the story between Dom and his brother, using flashback scenes where it looks like that Dom's brother was partly responsible for Dom's father being killed. His father was killed in an accident, and it was due to a car malfunction that Dom's brother actually did, Of course, we find find out that he did not do this car malfunction, purposely to try to kill his father. That was just like a freak side effect of what he did. But, without spoiling too much, you have to watch the movie to find out the full story. But those two were estranged. Dom and his brother, they were estranged, which his brother is being played by John Cena. So throughout this whole movie, Dom is chasing his brother. His brother is like really, really a bad guy. Since he was out of the picture, out of the Toretto family picture, he had became like this spy and was doing all kinds of sneaky, bad things. Actually worked with Mr. Nobody in the past, but betrayed him. So he's the villain in this one, and Dom and his team has to go and try to stop him from getting all of the pieces and stop the plans of them getting control of this technology, because it would make them one of the most powerful people or powerful group of people on the planet. So there we have our story, and this story goes on. It goes on with a whole lot of action, a whole lot of set scenes with car action flying. There's even a scene towards the end of the movie that I'm not going to spoil for you because you have to see it. It is so insane and it's so crazy that, you have to see it. I don't want to ruin it for you. But yeah, this movie was insane. And, I can when I watched this movie, I could see all of the stuff that just makes absolute no sense. All of the stuff that you have to kind of just suspend your mind a little bit to be able to enjoy things. But if you're able to do that, this movie is a really good action movie, is a really enjoyable 2 hours at the theater or 2 hours at home if you get to see it at home. I don't think it's streaming anywhere at home yet, but it should be soon. But once again, Fast and the Furious 9, I really enjoyed the movie. They didn't kind of hit you over the head with family. Well, they did, but not as much as like the previous two movies, saying the word family every 5 minutes, you still heard it. And it still was insinuated, but not as much as previous movies, but it was still there. But other than that, the movie was enjoyable. It was really nice to see some of the characters that we thought were dead, back in the series. You see some of the characters from, Fast and the Furious movies that you thought you would never see again. They were brought back in this particular movie. And a couple of cameos that I didn't know about. I won't spoil them for you, but there were a couple of cameos that I saw that I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Even though one of them didn't make any sense whatsoever why that person was there, but it was still nice to see that cameo. But overall, I enjoyed the movie. I would say if you like action movies, if you like the Fast and the Furious franchise, you will enjoy this movie. I would say go check it out. I would say go see it if you haven't already seen it. If you're not a fan of the Fast and the Furious franchise, I don't think this movie is going to change that. It's just like the other ones, except for it just makes a little less sense. The action is really good, but it makes a little less sense. As these movies go along, they make less sense, But there you have it, Fast and the Furious. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. What did you think? Did you think it was funny, as far as Dom's brother, how he was gained like 1.5 feet from the flashback scenes to present day in the movie? It was pretty funny. But yeah, go let me know in the comments what you think about the movie. That's Fast and the Furious 9. I think it's pretty good. I would say if you're a fan of the series or just a fan of action, insane action, I would say it's a good watch. But that's what I got for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.